Good day. Two really good players that fit us, and talent matched the need with both of them. Juju, big, tall, athletic corner. Really excited to get him. Had a couple really good years at Kansas State. He's got great character. Bonus that he's local from here in Warren. Won't be ready until training camp because of the wrist, but he'll be able to run and do things. He just can't punch with it, but he'll be good to go. We feel good about it. And then being able to get Josh Downs, that was a bonus. We really didn't expect him to be there. We actually tried to move up for about 30 minutes to try and get him, and we just couldn't get up, but really excited about him. Actually, Chad Henry and Morocco had spoke glowingly about not only the talent but the character of the young man. But he's a really good fit. Gives us a need. Gives us an inside. We think he can play inside and outside. But he's fast and smart and great with the ball great after the catch. Really high character. Probably one of the best phone calls I think I've had since I've been here, making a call. Emotional, excited. You can tell he's got a little chip on him. Anyway, fire away.
Josh said that Reggie kind of zeroed in on him at the combine and told him he was the best one in his group.
Yeah, Reg came in, actually was down on the field because I was watching the quarterbacks down on the field throw, and Reggie came over and said, "Man, it's Josh Downs." He said he has just had, it was incredible. So, and he did. He had a great workout. You could see he's got a powerful lower body. He's not even though he's 171 pounds, when you see his lower body, he's got really thick thighs and quads. So he's got some strength in his lower body and power in his lower body.
Would it be looking to complement that room, like not getting another maybe big? I mean, you've drafted a lot of big body guys, but
yeah, no, it was. I mean, we had some. We wanted to add more speed. Whether he was, with the size, at the end of the day, really didn't matter. But he is a good complement, and that's a good call by you. He is a good complement to what we have.
Shane said something at the owners' meeting that he likes variation in his wide receiver room,
Yep.
and this kind of fits that. Was he?
Yes.
I'm sure he was all on board with this kid.
Yes, we all liked him. We were all on board with him, and hard not to be. I watched him play against Duke. I was actually watching Sam Howell a year ago when they played Duke, and I think he caught 8 for like 168. Had a huge game. This kid's a good player. He's a good football player.
The 2 trades down, just kind of felt like you were going to have people left on your board.
Yeah, more shots. We picked up some extra picks. I think, how many do we have tomorrow? 8? 8. So we got 8 picks tomorrow. We think there's still some really good players. We've done really well in that 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th round area, and excited about it.
When you were making those moves down, was Juju kind of a guy you just kept an eye on that whole time? Did you feel like he would last that long?
We had about probably a target. There's probably 5 or 6 guys on the board, and when you have that much depth on the board, we're like, okay, we can still move down and get a player we really like. It's good that it's at a position we needed to add a player, but we would have gone another position if he'd have gone. But we like the talent, at that level as we kept moving down, and the ability to add, the extra pick, especially the extra 4th, where we think there's some pretty good players. We thought that value was too good to pass up.
With the first 3 picks, you went kind of needs-based, right? Quarterback, whether that was the play or not, quarterback, corner, receiver. Does that kind of open you up a little bit tomorrow?
It does.
But you still have some you want to.
Yeah, it does. It does open us up. We'll start taking, it like you don't, especially when you get in the 4th, 5th round, you don't want to pass up one that you got a little higher. You just take the player, even no matter the position. You just take them.
The offensive line, what are you trying to accomplish maybe the rest of the way? I know you're not.
I can't give that away.
Well,
But I'll tell you this, we do think there's depth.
Okay.
We do think there's depth at that position. And we think there's depth on the D-line, too.
Downs as a punt returner.
Yeah, we'll definitely give him a shot. We got Isaiah McKenzie, too, we signed, who's really good at it, so we think we'll have good depth there.
how unique is Brent with just the size and his length and just him being sort of a different type of body at that position?
Yeah, I mean, there's not a lot of guys 6'3" playing corner in the league, but he is a really good athlete. He's a really good fit for what we want to do because he's a press corner, so we do want to play a little more press coverage, and we think he's going to be really good at it. He's got some unique trait. He's a really good athlete and can change for a tall kid. He can really change direction. So we're excited about it. We think he's a really good fit for the defense.
With Brent, how much does physicality play into that? I know he talked at the combine a lot about his mentality and loving that part of the game.
Yeah, no, I mean, look, both of these kids, like when you get guys with talent who love to play and, have good toughness and mental toughness, which we think both of them do, they usually hit their ceilings. And we think both these guys got really good ceilings. I know they got a good floor, but we think they got really good ceilings.
How did you see Julius use his length and that wingspan to his advantage in college?
Well, I mean, you can look at, I'm trying to think of games, but like he was really good at the Senior Bowl. We thought he had a really good week at the Senior Bowl. And he had like even the 4.50, all right? So when you're 6'3", there's it gives you an advantage down the field because you're not throwing over a 5'9", 5'10" guy. You're throwing over a 6'3" guy. That looks different to a quarterback.
His dad played in the league. Anybody in your building cross paths with him at all, or is that something
It was brought up. Morocco brought it up. I think they have, he's at some point they have. But not me. I haven't, no.
Chris, with almost every one of these phone calls, it's a life-changing moment for these guys. For Julius, he was pretty overcome with emotion. Talked about growing up here, wearing a Bob Sanders jersey. How special is that for you, a hometown kid who just gets what this organization means?
Juju and Josh, those were both, I mean, you know how I am. I mean, I like the emotions of what you get to feel on these days. I mean, that's why when I went off last night about what these kids are going through and then they get trashed, but those moments for them, those are kind of life-changing moments that you've been dreaming about, and all of a sudden your dreams are starting to come true. And it's cool to see. I told a couple of the quarterbacks that came in, we visited with them about, some of them were a little nervous and uptight, and I said, look, enjoy the journey. I said, because you're going to blink and snap your fingers, and your career's going to be halfway through and over. So I think all of it for these kids from from signing in college to having a college career, then the work, then going to the combine, like all these events they dreamed of, and then it all kind of comes to a head on draft day. I mean, it's a cool experience to be a part of.
The opportunity to sort of pair Anthony with a receiver in this class and just kind of let them grow up together, is that something you thought about or was a priority?
I mean, I hope he grows up with Pittman. I hope he grows up with Pierce. I hope he grows up with Jonathan Taylor. I mean, if you want to put it that way, yeah, it's nice. I hope he grows up with Juju Brent, who's another classmate of his. I mean, I don't ever look at it that way. I mean, you kind of fit them in. They become one of the team. I do think classes do get close. I mean, I think with like Zaire and, when we took Zaire and Darius, back in 2018, Braden and Quentin, I do think they get close, but I've never really looked at it that way.